We are.
Where are we?
This is
Creencastle.
Creencastle.
Creencastle. St. Patrick's
Pat-
Church. Oh, here I am, falling over. As I break my neck to be buried with my family in the old sod.
Okay.
We're going to find the McCreas. We have Keenans in the family. Look at all the Keenans. She was nutty enough.
A lot of Hagans. Colors, they're all over the place.
Look at this huge thing for a baby.
Is it?
This huge, it's for a baby. You see little tiny markers in America. Little tiny graves.
Okay.
What I'm really thinking is I want my mother here.
And what would you say to your mother?
She would just love this. She loved, I told you I wish I'd have paid attention. She loved the genealogy. She was so into it. But it's way before computers. So she had no way of, it was all by word of mouth.
What do you know about James and Catherine and Daniel and Christopher McCrea?
I really don't know anything about it.
Why do I have this
John
feeling?
and Patrick are the only ones that I really know about. And they're not here. They're in Pennsylvania. So that's their start. Would Neil have been their grandfather or great-grandfather?
I would need to look at it
Yeah,
again.
I think
You know,
grandfather.
Did I sent you a chart?
Yeah, I have it in the
Yeah.
car.
But Neil was the
He's the furthest back.
he was the
we've been
farthest
able-
back that we
we've been
could
able to go.
document.
And what year is that?
He would have been born mid 1700s, wouldn't he? Or
He died 1857.
so probably in the 1760s, 70s. And these McCreas come from just across the way there.
And where?
We'll be going over to see them.
And what's the name of this region?
This is Creencastle.
Creencastle.
Creencastle. Where they came from was Glen Hull.
In
Uh-huh.
Tyrone.
It's the actual name of the townland is Tevan West, I think, but the area is known as Glen Hull.
Okay.
I wonder if my mother was named after that Anne. She was Anne.
I would have moved that.
Yeah, Anne Marie was my mother's name.
Yeah, I would have moved that.
We've got a Josephine in the family, Bill. I tease him all the time that every Italian family has a Josephine and a Joseph.
Josephine would have been a reasonably common
Irish name.
Yeah.
Really? I would not have thought of that.
All right, Terry, I'm about to end this. Turn around.
Probably just a stone
Yeah, it says something.
I guess I'm not ending it.
Oh, Brunswick's in Dublin. That's where it was made.
That's
I
what
guess.
was made.
P.J.
What? Neil?
Neil
Neil.
in Brunswick, Dublin.
Dublin.
So this came from Dublin then.
Yeah.
So they bought this huge thing all that way.
In sections.
Oh
In
yeah,
sections.
in the different sections. Is this the limestone?
Oh no, no.
Now what is
this?
this?
This is some sort of unpolished marble.
See that, Bud? You gotta look really close. Came from Dublin. See back here.
But all in sections.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7
This
sections.
side of that's done.
That's amazing.
There's more over here. Missed them.
We got more over here? Yes, I saw that. I think there's someone back too.
But you were saying earlier there, Terry, about, you know, it was before computers. I
Well, I know you've done doing this since before computers.
but I was in County Derry last week and traced a family into exactly where they come from, and the guy brought, you know, that I started talking. He says, "Come on, I'll show you where that is." And brought me, introduced me to the guy who now owns the land, and he was 83 or 84 years of age, and he was an awesome individual. And he said, "Oh yeah," he says, "old Felix lived there, and he says his house was there, and his next door neighbour was called Morgan, and their house was there. And he says about 25 years ago, I demolished what was left of the houses because I wanted to trade it." He says, "But he says, you know, there's a new thing that will tell you all about that." And I was getting very interested. He says, not only about your family, he says, ask it anything. He says, but it's very expensive. He says, it costs about £500. But ask it anything, and it'll tell you all there is to know about it. And I says, and what's that? He says, well, I hear the young ones talking about it, and he says, I think it's called a laptop. I had to pick me up on it was absolutely awesome. It was brilliant.
It's
I
like,
says, well, if you see if a laptop could tell me what you've told me, I would buy one of them.
All right, Terry, I'm going to say goodbye.
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 They must still be around. 19.
They are. We're
They
going
are.
to see them now. There's Neil at the very at the top of that one there. This is the biggest marker in the cemetery.
See? I told you that.
You see, there was a priest in the family.
Yes. That was the,
There's Cornelius McCrea.
yep.
But Neil's mentioned at the very top.
Yeah, that's as far back as
He was the start.
it could start, yeah. Of course, he had to come from something
Yes, he's the start that we
that we can find, right?
document.
Right. Who is the start?
Here, here.
The Neil?